Hi, hello everybody. Welcome to our webinar. Thank you so much for your time being here with us today. And I'm your host for this webinar. We are going to talk about how to grow your business, our business together through collaboration. And a little bit about myself. I'm Sharon. I'm originally from Vietnam and I love dogs so much all my life. That's why I just tried hard to work, to study, and made it to the UK, where I pursued my master degree in entrepreneurship and graduated as a best performer, and then started working rings. So we are an online marketplace for sustainable products for dog lovers community. So you can just go there, shop, and listing your products to sell there. Yeah. So we also it's our great privilege to welcome our guest here with us today as well. Is Mr. Omran and Bravo. Right.
Hi,
So
Sharon.
yes, a little bit introduction about him before he say hi to our audience. He's a TEDx speaker. He's a business growth expert with a passion to help for helping startups and businesses succeed. He has a proven track of supporting over 2,000 businesses in 12 countries. And with years of experience building his own successful company, Living Life, Omran understands the challenges businesses face. He helps companies grow and thrive through smart strategies and building strong business communities. So now, Omran, you like to say hi to our audience?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm looking forward to today have a chat about business and how to grow it, and looking forward to as well see the questions of the audience and answer any questions they have. And thank you for the invite, Sharon.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Amran. So through this section today, we'll cover key insights on why partnerships are crucial for business success, how to effectively leverage them, and what constitutes a strong partnership, and the role of emerging technologies like AI in enhancing these collaborations. So, are you ready? Grab your notebook and get ready for an interactive section filled with practical tips and inspiring stories. Okay, right. Let's start try to understand like why partnerships is very much important in for business growth. So, can you share us some insights and the benefits that collaborations bring to the table, Amran?
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. Well, in business, especially when you are just starting, it's not only about what you know about your business, but it's about who you know. And that involves all the partners and stakeholders that create the environment that you operate your business in. So that could include strategic partners that you might utilize their target audience to grow yours, or you have the suppliers where they provide resources that you don't have in your business. And along the way, at the end of the day, we operate as groups in markets. Yes, you have your own business in a market, but it's not in isolation of the others that are operating in the same space. And building good relationships with them is really crucial, as well as to keep up to date with what's going on in the market and explore opportunities that you can't do on your own. So, for example, joint ventures or joint partnerships, it's really common
Hmm.
where you find a project or there is an opportunity in the market you want to explore, but you don't have enough resources to do it. And you would know a partner that as well, they are keen to explore that opportunity. They don't have enough resources, but when you work together, you go ahead much
Hmm.
more efficiently and faster together. So yeah, partnerships are crucial. It's all about the people who you know and what resources you can leverage and how you can exchange value with them.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's really like very insightful. And I really appreciate your sharing. It's all about bringing the values, exchanging the values, and because sometimes we cannot have the more, right? Um, Omran, we understand about the importance of it, but like, how can we, know where to find these potential partnerships, and how it would be looking, how it look like when we have a successful one. Yes, what could
Okay.
you to look? Yes.
Yeah, so I think first to start to identify which partners to engage with, you need to start with your business model. So within your business model, what activities do you have to do so you
Yeah.
can produce your service or products and you can deliver them? Once you identify those set of activities that you need to do to make sure that you're providing service or a product, you're going to be able to identify what resources you need to achieve those activities or to get those activities done. So you might be looking at, okay, we need an office, we need experts in X, we need materials, we need warehouses, we need cars. You list all of these that when you have them, you go to your those that you can deliver, you can do your activities. However, while you're identifying those needed resources, you're going to start saying, for example, okay, we don't have warehouses. That means you need to find a partner that have warehouses so you can work with them. So you fill in the gaps within your resources through partnerships with those who have those resources that you miss. And that's the essence of how you can start actually identifying who do you want to work with and who you need to work with.
Amazing.
So that's the starting point. And then to approach any partnerships, you need to understand that it's about exchanging value.
Yeah.
You need to understand what your partner's needs first before starting asking them. So, for example, let's say I remember when we started Forward Accelerator in 2019, beginning of 2020, we wanted a working space. We didn't have all the funds that is needed for working space. However, we found someone like a company that have the space, and we went there like, look, we don't have money, but we know what you need, and we can deliver on this as we do our operations. And they were happy to actually provide the space for us for free in return of providing them with values around things they need and they can't do themselves. It would be totally different if we are just going there and saying, we need a space and we don't have money to pay for it. They're going to be like, what is in it for us? But
Okay.
going in saying that we are good at 1, 2, 3, and you need 1, 2, 3, or we are happy to provide that, in return, can we get a space?
Okay. Okay. Amazing. Right.
Yeah.
Thank you. I totally agree with you. So, in order to get the most out of something, we really need to come back and to understand about ourselves, our business first, right? Through business models, what we really need, and then from that we can go and look for the partnership we need, and then we exchange the values that they need as well. But then, in any case that they don't really need something that we have, do we
That's
experience?
where, yeah, so that's where you do your research
Okay.
about whatever partnerships you're going into.
Mm,
And we were talking about AI, and AI can help with this now, especially that it has like, I think ChatGPT now have access to up-to-date information.
mm,
Let's say you identify that there is partner X that we would like to work with. You can actually ask ChatGPT certain questions to give you all the information about that partners. What is their strategic goals or their long-term goals, short-term goals, what partnerships they've done before, what work they are doing. And through that, you identify the points that there's an alignment between them and you. And that's one of the ways of like then going and having a chat. If you find yourself in a position where I need to build this partnership and I have nothing to offer back, that's where you go into the monetary value. That's where you go to the money. So you can pay and get what you need from them. There's two ways. You can just like easily go like, here's like we need a space, an office space. You're gonna pay the rent and you're gonna use the space. That's you can do that at any time. But the trick is when you don't have the money to pay, you need to provide something else. And that depends on the level of research and understanding of the other party before engaging with them.
Amazing, right? Okay, so we just like a little bit depend on ChatGPT to help us to do the work of researching. Then, can we directly ask them what they need? Do you think that helpful? Because to me, to be honest with you, I think I've been a very like straightforward person, and I really think that transparency help in communication a lot and bring the relationship to the very next level. So can we do this kind of transparent communications or yeah,
You
what do
can
you
100%. Going straight forward is the best. And I like straightforward conversation. However, to have a straightforward conversation as well, you need to do your own research at the start. So it's not like going in and you know nothing. Because
okay.
even when you do your own research, you still need to ask that question. Like tell me, what are you interested in? Or you'd say, what success would look like for you. So you ask them how they define success, how would they be satisfied with any goals or long-term ambitions that they're having. To start showing them then how working together would help them as well to reach that point. So straightforward, however, at the same time, the other face of the coin that not everyone is actually straightforward in business. So you have people that might, and you're gonna get this a lot. So you get people saying like, "Yes, we are happy. Let's collaborate on this. It's an amazing work. Let's do this. Let's do that." But it remains just talks. No one actually take action on the collaborations.
Okay.
So that's why you need to be straightforward. Of like, okay, if we're gonna take action now, what would you need out of this? If we are working together, what would you like to have for your own? Forget about us. What would you like to have in place yourself? Because that's going to help you massively and show up the communications. And you can say, well, I can't do this for you, but I'm going to be able to help with this. And you might then as well make a decision that it's not a good partnership. It's not going to work. There's no value to exchange here. And you move on.
Amazing. Right. Thank you, Amran. We really appreciate your sharing, but a little bit kind of debatey. I'm not sure
Yeah.
it's a debate or arguments or like an opposite idea. I'm not sure it's like totally opposite, but like for me, as I'm working as business development and in sales as well, and I've been observing people who are around me and very successful in their sales career, selling businesses or doing marketing bits and business owners. They kind of have a pay it forward mindset. Like they try to help people sometimes really for free. And, in return, we got some kind of, mouth to mouth sharing, collaboration later on, So what do you think? Is this approach a little bit like different?
It is like the fundamental is the same. So yes, you have people that would share with you resources and they would support you and they would do one, two, three because that's what they stand for and that's what they believe in. However, to ensure that this relationship is going to keep moving forward, at some point you need to give back. It doesn't matter what. At some point you need to give back, and it could be as simple as giving back as praising their work on your communication channels. So your audience would see their brand and the work that they've done. But it's never going to be one partner giving support to the other while the other is just like not doing anything. It's not going to work. Long term, it's not going to work. You need to think about how we can engage with this. So, for example, we work with, when we used to work with mentors, and they would volunteer to do some work. Those mentors that do mentoring voluntarily, they would be first to reach out to them when there is paid opportunities for mentoring.
Sorry, I don't get that. Can you go again?
So we build a business support program, okay? And then, for example, program X, we don't have a budget for mentors. So we need the mentors to volunteer some time and work with the startups. Those who volunteer and do unpaid mentoring, whenever there is a new project coming in and there is a budget for the mentors, first ones to get the opportunity to engage with and get paid are those who volunteered previously with us.
Okay.
Because we need to pay them back of like their time. So because they volunteered their time, let's say 2 months ago, without being paid, now we have budget for mentoring. We're gonna reach out to them first and say like, we have this program. Are you interested? Your skills fits with it. Let's work together. We wouldn't go for outsiders unless we need a different set of skills. But those who actually supported us at the start, they are the ones that are gonna get the benefits first.
Okay, get your point. Okay, amazing. Thank you, Omran. Yeah, I totally get you. Like, because it's a little bit different. Like when you do a model of mentorship, it's a business model. I think it's quite different from my experience because I'm very lucky. I have, a really like good, great mentors around me, and they kind of paid forward. And so it's a different concept, I guess. But anyway, we can, we can talk about it later. Yeah. So, Omran, regarding the relationships and partnership, can we have any like metrics to measure the success of that partnership over time?
Being honest with you, I've never used any metrics. However, we do, like regularly, we have those check-in meetings to review the work that I've done before, where we are at now, and how things would be planned in the future. But I've never used a certain metrics to measure that. However, as individual companies, we do our own return on investment calculations to make sure that, okay, those projects that we are doing together, they are still providing, like, they are still beneficial for all the partners. So if we join a meeting or like on a catch up and then, well, we've done this and now we didn't make any money, or we are now the costs were much higher than the income.
Okay.
It's not going to work. That's where partners start negotiating different deals, or maybe like split the partnerships. But if constantly there's like, yeah, there is return on investment, you are reaching your goals, I'm reaching my goals, why not? We keep going. But it's fundamental to do that monitoring and evaluation, you say, to ensure that things are moving forward the right way.
Right. Okay. So what I understand from your sharing is that we do not have necessarily like have specific metrics, but we will need to do regular review and evaluate of that partnership, whether it's valuable for us to continue, right?
Yeah, 100%. And considering that if it's valuable for the other party as well, because it might be valuable for you, but it's not valuable for the other partner. And that's, again, there's an imbalance here. So you might lose them if that's not balanced back, where you get value and they get value as well. There might be, by the way, there might be metrics of measuring the partnerships value, but I'm not. I don't know. There's nothing in my mind now that I can talk about because there might be metrics out there. So I don't want to say that there isn't. I'm saying that I haven't used specific metrics before.
Hmm. Okay. Yes, I totally understand. Maybe the matrix, it really depends on what goals we set at the beginning of
Yeah,
that partnership. Maybe
yeah.
it's a profit of, profit or revenue generated through that partnership. Is that growing or is that not growing? Or when we're talking about the space renting or resources, like can they have our resources and can we have the space renting and everything's going right? So I think again the matrix or any kind of qualified numbers and everything, it would need to come from our goals initially,
Yeah. True,
right?
100%, 100%. Because it could be because it could be different based on what what the context of that partnership.
Right, amazing. Right, so again, then when you talk about evaluation, reflection, so there would be different challenges in every relationship, in every partnership, right?
Yeah.
So like how can we kind of realize these obstacle challenges and what kind of solutions that help us to overcome and maintain the relationship or partnership in the long run, or even like stop or cease, we still be able to manage the relationship in a harmony way, right? Yes.
Yeah, I think that it goes back to what we talked about uh, at the start. Uh, Start with like straightforward communication.
Yeah.
So don't try to sugarcoat things, and diffuse any challenge or any dispute by asking questions around the situation itself rather than being confrontal,
Yeah.
and think about like, okay, what are the things that are not working and how are we gonna do it better? And you might have a partner saying like, well, it's not working for me, I don't want this anymore. Ask them like, tell us more, like elaborate. What do you think is would be right? What would you like to have in place? And just listen to them, because diffusing those diffusing any tension from conversations like this is key
Mm.
because you might come across them. And that can only happen by having the straightforward communications and understanding each other's points. So active listening, huge one. And then communicate and negotiate. There's a book that I can't recommend enough for Chris Voss called Never Split the Difference.
Oh, never split the difference.
It's Never Split the Difference. It's an amazing book, and it won't only help you in business, but it would help you in your personal life as well. It gives you
Oh,
techniques. Yeah,
yes.
it gives you techniques of how to engage with others. Because at the end of the day, yes, those partnerships are business partnerships, but we are dealing with people. It doesn't matter how big or small the business, it's
Mm.
people. You are dealing with a human. So so you need to start thinking at that level as well, so you can have fruitful conversations and discussions.
Amazing. Thank you, Amran. When you said the book's name, it just like comes to my mind right away. I think and one of my mentor recommended to me like very years ago. Is that book something to do with negotiation as well?
Yes, because the
Oh,
writer who used to be an FBI
yes,
hostage negotiator. Yeah.
that's the book. That's the book. Oh, a mentor in sales. Hi, if you're watching me. um, yes, he actually, when I'm asking him about the negotiation and all of that, he actually recommended me this book.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I think there's okay. The background going dark because the light is automatically. So I need to 1 minute, please. I'll turn on the light.
Yeah, no way. Yeah, no way.
Thank you. Sorry, audience. Yes, here we go again. Right. Wow. That's so interesting. I need to check out that book right away again.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
highly
Thank you
recommend
so much,
it.
Ron. Yeah, so again, it's about that what you mentioned to us. Like it's all about come down to humans' relationship, right? Human touch, personal touch, and also communication and understanding plays a very much important role in keeping a good relationship with each other, right?
Yep, yep. You can't be selfish in partnerships. Those partnerships, you need to work together. It's not gonna work if only one of you is getting the value of that relationship. It's gonna fail sooner or later. It's gonna fail.
Mm. Yeah, totally agree. And especially listening skill again plays a very much important role, right? To
Yep,
be
active listening. Active listening is really important in negotiations. So when in any negotiation situation that you find yourself in, if someone is talking with you,
yeah.
there's a technique called mirroring.
Mm,
So to listen and repeat what they've said, and then go to your point.
yeah.
By doing this, when you are affirming that you've listened, and
Okay.
you might not agree or disagree with their point, but just like repeating what they've said, that gives them the confidence of being heard. And now my guards are down, and I'm willing to listen to
Mm,
what the other party wants to say.
mm,
That's
yeah.
how you 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 have a successful conversations where everyone is saying what they want to say, everyone is feeling welcome and listened to. Again,
Mm,
you don't have to agree or disagree. Just by showing that I listened, I
mm,
got you,
mm.
let's talk about whatever thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing, right? Years ago, personal sharing. To be honest with you, I'm not a really good listener. When people, some may think, oh, I have kind of very good listening, but no, I'm not, because when I listened, I kind of try to, I think a lot of people make this mistake as well. They kind of ruminating in their mind what next to say, what the next questions and all of that. But when we're doing that, is we falls into the trap. We fall into the trap of not being able to be really there and understand the stories. And without that understanding, the relationship cannot be to the very next level, because I truly believe that understanding and comprehension is a very key and foundation of any relationship and partnership. 100%.
100%. Yeah, 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 100%, 100%. So it's just like, yeah, because if you just if you're just thinking about what I'm gonna like with what you want to respond to, or like I'm gonna wait until they finish and then I'm gonna say this, it's not a conversation.
Yeah.
It's not a conversation anymore. You need to listen because they might be offering you a solution that you would be happy with, but you miss it because you're just thinking in your own head. Another
Yes.
thing, another
Hmm.
thing that is really important uh, in business, and I've learned this like the hard way. You don't have to give an answer or a final decision
Hmm.
in the same meetings that you're having, for example, with partners and other stakeholders. You have the right to say, okay, I've got this. Listen, I got this. I know, I understand what you mean. Um, just leave it with me. I'm gonna think about it, and tomorrow we can have a chat. Don't right away make decisions. If you make a decisions right away on the spot, most likely in the future you'll be like, I should have heard
Regretting it.
about it. Yeah, you could regret it. So know that you have the right to say,
Hmm.
got it. We'll talk about this. Now everything's clear.
Hmm.
Let's talk about. I'm not gonna make a decision now, or I don't know yet what I'm gonna do or what we should do.
Hmm.
Um, shall we have another meeting tomorrow or the day after, and then we make decisions? But don't make decisions on the spot right away. That's because you need to sit on your own outside the environment and think a little bit about it.
Mm, totally agree. Sit on your own, let all the external noisy backgrounds around there sink down a bit, and be balanced between clear your thoughts, clear the clouds, and let the emotions out of the game. And there you
100%.
have the
Yeah,
rationales coming in, and you had a more like brighter mind to make the right decision.
yeah, 100%. And especially the emotional part, the preempt the emotions, let the emotion take your time, and then leave them and be subjective. Don't let the emotions impact your rational decisions. And here, emotions is not make it clear. I'm not talking about the stressful emotions, or like being sad or being angry or being anxious or this. We are talking about the other ones as well, like being excited or
Yes,
being really happy.
happy.
Because still, yeah, exactly. Still,
Right.
that will affect your decisions, and you
Yes.
might do something out of excitement. Yeah. Then, oh no.
It's gonna kill you later in the day. Yeah, I totally agree. Not only about the negative emotions, but like too positive, too happy or excitement, it's gonna cause you some regret later on as well. And especially when it comes to partnership, like sometimes if it's a very good relationship and partnership, it's hard for us to think very clearly. And when it comes down to business, it's not only about the interests of your partners, but it's also the benefits of your company, the two company as well, right?
Yeah, yeah, 100%, 100%. You need always to balance it out.
Right. Okay. Thank you. And okay, let's before we switch to the very interesting bits that people really want to hear, and we talk about a lot today about the AI and technology. We want to understand a little bit about you, your background, your story, Omran. Like, what makes you so interested and passionate about like partnership, collaboration. Yes.
As I mentioned, it is because it's to build any business, you need people around you. You need to know the right people. So I remember, so I came to the UK in 2016. I did my master's. I
Mm.
didn't know anyone here at all.
Okay.
So during the first 2 weeks of the master, they called freshers weeks, where all the students going out, doing activities together, and so on. I made sure that the first 2 weeks that I went to every single one of them. Even some days my body would be hurting, I would still go to every single one of those activities to build relationships, to not be just on my own trying to do things. And that works really well. So I built great relationships with my friends at the university, and then that as well translated into after the university, going to networking events, engaging with the communities that I want to work with, and the groups and the network that I want to work with.
Yeah.
And with time, you start meeting your business partners or your clients or your team members.
Mm.
It's all comes by engaging uh,
Mm.
with, with others. The other thing is, I would say, s- avoid to always stick around the people that have similar skills like you. Because
Mm.
let's say if you are working if you're a tech developer, or if you're gonna go to an event and everyone is there as tech developers, you have nothing to offer because there's nothing that would make you unique within that setting.
Mm.
But if you go to a networking event that is related to the sector that you are in terms of business, and you are the only one that actually do tech development,
Okay.
then you get the attention. You're like, okay, you are in the room that would talk about technology development within the sector. So yeah, that's something as well about building relationships to keep an eye on. We learn from each other. So if you're going to be always in a group that have the same set of skills like you or the same knowledge,
Mm.
you're not adding much to yourself or to the group.
Okay, right. Understand. I get you. So we need to be surrounded. We need to be, very courageous to step out of your comfort zone. So rather than get together with a group or enter a networking event that, like similar like you, people with the similar skills, you choose to be out of the comfort zone and go into somewhere that you can offer your unique selling point to the table, right?
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you need to work with people that would complement your skills. So they need to have something different. So you can add to them and they can add to you.
Okay. Okay, amazing. But in another way, again, a little bit like another side of thing.
Yeah.
In another way, like we can always leverage and be better of the of the industry or the skill that we want to learn, right? And
If you know 100%, if you're going, if there's like, for example, there's a master class on something that you already work on, what is gonna grow your skills, 100%, you go there. If there's an event that within your skill, you go there. But if you want to diversify your skills and knowledge and even access your accessibility to professional network, you need to engage with people from different backgrounds.
yeah,
That's why
right.
if you look at, like, for example, if you look at businesses, the most successful businesses, all of them, they have a really diverse team. They are not all of them like same background or same skill. No, they would be really diverse in every sense, diverse as their own like ethnicity, diverse from where which country they're coming from, and then diversity of the skills and all of that contributes massively to grow as a collective.
Okay, get your point. Right. So let's come to the next exciting questions. It's about what people often talks about today is about artificial intelligence, AI tools. So Amran, do you have any like tips or like your daily tools that you use, to enhance a partnership or collaboration in the aspect that we're talking about today?
So So AI, in terms of partnerships, I haven't used AI in the partnerships as per se. I used it to, as I mentioned, like, for example, to aggregate
Mm,
data and analyze markets and analyze partners. So needs and wants and how can work together. But in general, I utilize it more for operations.
mm,
So whatever saves me time, I would use it. So, and I do that by looking at my own activity. So if there is something that we do more than 3 times a week and it's always the same, right away that'll get automated. Because
mm.
if it's whatever it is, if it's the same thing every single time, that means there must be a way to automate that process. And right now, you have all of those platforms that are utilizing AI. So you have MailChimp for the newsletters and email campaigns marketing.
Mm,
MailChimp now, for example, they've introduced AI templates
okay.
where, so for those who doesn't know MailChimp, so MailChimp is well known as a tool to send mass emails. Right?
Mm, mm,
They've built an AI where you just share your website link with the platform, and automatically it's going to create the template of your email, taking your brand colors, taking content from your website, taking photos, and build it according to your needs within seconds. So the times of like I need to build an email template from scratch for my newsletter, those are old days. You don't need to spend a lot of time on that. And the other element is to, so I know a lot of people use ChatGPT, is to know how um, to know how to engineer the prompt. So the AI on itself can't serve you if you don't add your experience. So for example, we talked about Chris Voss. AI would not just go and give you an answer around negotiation through Chris Voss odds. But if you ask ChatGPT, I'm negotiating this deal, 1, 2, 3, and I would like you to give me some recommendation using Chris Voss techniques to get it done. This way, you are actually feeding inputs to AI itself so it can help you in a more unique way than others.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's for me operationally AI I've used a lot, but partnerships is more of the research part of collecting and analyzing information.
Okay. Okay, I see. Interesting. Thank you so much for all of these useful tools that you just recommended. And hopefully we can collect the suggestion later and send to our audience. Please fill out our form that we linked at the very beginning of the comment section. Leave your contact details. We're gonna we're gonna give you some takeaways of the tools that you can use to leverage your daily work. Right. Omran, before we come to the Q&A from our audience, so please, our audience, when you're watching, if you have any questions, please just feel free to comment on the chat box so we can just collect them and then we can address, Omran can answer and address those questions. Right. So another 3 minutes, I would like to ask you, Omran. So yeah, I just something very interesting pop up in my mind, and now I'm forgetting. Sorry. Right. Yeah.
I think some questions already coming in.
Oh, okay. Some questions already coming in, so just leave my questions later. I'm always come up with questions in my mind, and then yeah, okay. So, Omran, there's question for you like, what are some major red flags in a partner?
Oh, it's it's going to be hard to actually identify the like what red flag because you never know when they're going to come up. However, one thing you need to know that you both need to be aligned on the vision of the business or that relationship that you're going into in terms of partnership. The other major red flag is someone that would not be open for discussions, open for change, open to learn and try new things.
Yeah.
Those are major red flags because as you go and build your business, things are going to change. And if you have a partner that is not willing to change or move forward with the new things, that's going to be a challenge for your business.
Okay. Right. Understand. So the red flags that Omran highlight is that if we as startups, businesses, we pivot, and then that partner is not ready to pivot or to change, then it's not anymore a suitable partner. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, I just remember my question now. So this is story audience. I'm gonna pump in with my question first. Right. So when you talk about the networking bit, Omran, You share something very interesting about yourself, going out networking, go to every event when you were a student, and then you build up the relationship and everything. So I bet that you are kind of very extrovert person. What's your advice when people are not that, ready and then kind of introvert bit? What strategies that they can apply to overcome their, like not very comfortable with that bit? Because I actually, when I did some kind of talk in some event, a lot of students approached me and asked these questions. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thing is, I think you start by addressing what is your main concern of going to event. So what are the things that would make you feel uncomfortable?
Mm.
Identify those first on your own, and go test in an event that go to a smaller events rather than the big ones. So go for an events that maybe take a friend with you and go together and slowly approach it. You don't have to wait to stay at the event for the whole time. You can just like spend, could be just 10, 15 minutes.
Mm.
And every time it's like, okay, this time I'm going to speak with only one new person I'm going to meet. You don't need to go there and like meet everyone. So like, this time I'm going to meet just one person.
Okay.
Go there, try it, go back home, leave it. Then this time I'm going to go and meet two people. So set targets to yourself, because this is more of a personal thing that's in the business. So identifying what are the things that make you feel uncomfortable during those events is the starting point, and
Mm.
then put some challenges to yourself, but make them achievable challenges. So I'm going there, I'm going to take a friend with me. We're going there for 15 minutes, and the target is to meet one person. I'm not going to engage that, and you grow
Right.
that as you move forward. And at the end of the day, we might think that we are the only ones in the room, that we are feeling uncomfortable or we are introverted, but it's actually there's a lot in the same room or in the same shoes.
Mm.
So you are not on your own thinking, now we're going to meet new people, how's going to go, da da da. Everyone would think the same. It's just like if you have it more in you, then just identify what makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Um, and try to control those. Set small goals to yourself, meeting one person in an event and leave. With time, you grow this more and you take action.
Right. Amazing. I actually want to add in a little bit here.
Yeah,
Yes. So I think I was also a kind of very shy person in the past. I actually never did any networking event when I'm home in my home country, Vietnam. But when I came to the UK, I actually did a lot of networking events, and I'm kind of comfortable with the background with everywhere I go. And I think one tip is it's really come from within, and the mindset is really a decisive factor. When you know that, when you understand about your values, your inner confidence comes from the values that you believe in, and then you understand about your strength, and you also understand that we are all humans. We with strengths and weaknesses. We with flaws. Nobody perfect. Even somebody like really like high up in the company, like founder, director, whatever. But then they are all humans, and we all humans. We friends. We with flaws. We tolerate ourselves, and we tolerate others. And that is a mindset that I go in every event. I bring that mindset with me, and I approach every person comfortably.
so
Uh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, well done, 100%. And talking about the confidence, all the research actually have shown people think that only confident people take action,
Okay.
but the research shows that action comes first and confidence comes second. So the
Mm,
more action you take, the more confidence you become. It's not that the more confidence you are, the more action you're going to do. Because how are you going to build the confidence? Confidence is built by action. So you take action first, and the more actions you take, the more confidence you get.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just try everybody, every audience that we don't feel very comfortable getting out there, meeting new people. Just please take small action, and small action add up, and it's actually
Yeah.
create more confidence over time. Everything's starting is difficult, but when we get used to it, then we be super.
True. True.
Okay, so back to our audience questions. We got a load here. So another question is that how to structure a partnership legally? How to protect my business? A very good question, and indeed very helpful.
Yeah. So it depends on what partnerships you are talking about here. Are you talking about finding a founder, or is it about finding a co-founder, or is it about strategic partnership with other clients? So people usually start with something called memorandum of understanding
Mm,
that just like roughly outline how the nature of that relationship. And then you can have some there's a lot of templates online, things like joint venture agreements or partnership agreements, and you can change them according to what you need. So while the core legal aspect of the document is still the same, you can add sentences and you can add whatever clauses that you think relevant to your partnership to protect the business. If you are
mm,
talking about protecting the business with a co-founder, there is something called founders agreement or
mm,
shareholders agreement, and there is something called vesting agreements. That's for shares. So usually university students they would finish, or whatever, even other partners would, not only students, they would say, okay, we are starting this business. I'm starting with my friend, 50% for me, 50% for you, and now each one of us have 50% of the business. But next day, I might say, I'm going to Australia for 5 years. Well, I have 50% of the business. I can't just like walk away. If you have a vesting agreement in place, it would say, depending on the number of shares that you have, a percentage of those shares are going to be allocated to you over a timeline. So you could say every year, 10% of the shares get allocated to the shareholders.
okay.
That means if, let's say, in the first year, one of the shareholders did not do their work,
Okay.
at the end of the year, they won't get that 10% because it's protected within the business because they did
Mm,
not do their work. But if they did their work, that 10% gets to them. They get the shares. So
mm,
yeah, so you have vesting agreements, shareholders agreements, um, founders agreements, and you have the memorandum of understanding for partnerships and
mm,
partnerships agreements. Again, you can add whatever you think necessary to those agreements, and
mm.
these agreements are in place to protect everyone. So don't feel that you're being greedy or stiff, that I want everything to be written down. No, actually, you are making a favor that is everyone is comfortable. Everyone knows the parameter of that relationship that you are going into. So it's fair to everyone.
Fabulous. Thank you. Thank you. Agreement, put things on paper actually helps a lot with clarification of the roles, responsibility together with the benefits. And
Yeah.
um, yeah, only the benefits could be given out when the performance is up to our expectation and like agreement, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And the next question is how to promote my dog grooming business to get new clients using partnership. Wow. Hello, some dog business out there.
I think that's questions for you, Sharon.
How to promote my dog grooming business to get new clients using partnership.
So
Wow. Oh, yeah, you go, please.
yeah, I was you know better, but I would say go to other businesses that
Mm,
provide services to dogs, but
mm,
not grooming services, and you build partnerships with them. So it could
yeah.
be as easy as if, um, like for example, there's a shop that would sell dog toys.
Mm,
They don't do grooming, but you can build a partnership with them and say, I will, for your client, they can get 10% discount if they come and have grooming to get groom their dogs at my shop.
Right.
Building that commission-based thing with them, which works because that's a strategic partnership. They keep selling toys, nothing affecting them, and you keep doing haircuts for you or for the dogs. What you were going to say, Sharon? You said you were going to say something.
Yeah, sorry, audience. Just turn back a little bit the background so I can turn on the lights again. It's his automatic light, sorry. Right. I meant to say because something sparked on my mind. It's about collaboration with another form of collaboration partnership is partner with influencer. You know, right now we have a lot of influencer. They have the dogs. They view like 1,000 million followers on Instagram, on the dogs Instagram, and with interesting videos. And I think for this we can have boost our brand awareness out there, and we can give away some of our stuff for the dogs. So kind of win-win, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So with the others in the same sector, but they don't do the exact same thing as you. Works.
Right. Okay. Next questions. We have a lot of questions here. Thank you so much, our audience. Right. The next question is how to make myself attractive to potential partners, like a dating question.
That's, yeah, it is actually the case. You need to attract them to work with you. So that would be through showing knowledge, um, confidence, and curiosity. So show that you know what you are talking about. Be confident and honest when talking with your potential partners, and show curiosity to learn more about them. That you're curious to grow yourself and grow with them. This is what everyone looks in partnerships. Straightforward and being honest is really huge. During COVID, when the lockdown happened, there were a lot of businesses where when their partners been talking with them or their clients been talking with them, the businesses would say, yeah, we are not affected. It's business as normal. The lockdown did not impact us. That's a straight lie. They are lying. They might think that actually they don't want to scare the clients or the partners, but that's a lie. And everyone knows that every business has been affected. The businesses that actually told their clients and their partners, yes, we've been affected. This is what actually impacted our business, and this is what we are doing about it.
Right.
If you be that honest with your partners or clients, they are more willing to work with you because they trust you that you were honest with them. You kept them in the loop of how things is going to work, so they're going to keep that partnership. But if you straightforward saying like, no, we are not affected, we are all good, you might say that out of fear, but it's a lie. Everyone got it. So people with partners and clients would lose confidence in you. So yeah, those are a few things that would help.
Yeah, I see. Just share more, the honest, be transparent bit, and also like can show your vulnerability as well, so people understand and comprehend you, and together support each other to be over that struggling that period of challenges, right? Right. Okay. The next question is I have a business and a personal profile on social media. Which do I promote more? I tend to get frustrated trying to promote both.
Okay. So it depends on the stage, or what stage of business you are in. But at the early stage of business, and that's like, let's say, startup entrepreneurs, hey, you are the business. And if you are the only founder or have two team members, let's say maximum, you guys are the business. So people are going to be doing business with you as individuals. before going into business as a business itself.
Hmm.
So don't be afraid of focusing on your own. If your audience, so if your target market and your audience are your followers on your personal account,
Hmm.
keep growing that. That's okay. Keep growing that and link it to the other accounts where you just like maintain that going. So in the future, you do that transition. But don't be afraid of, if you feel more comfortable being in front of the camera and being the face of the business, go with that, because at the end of the day, especially early stage, you are the business. People do work with you
Hmm.
for you as an individual.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Omran, for your insightful advice. Hope that it's helpful for our audience. Wow. So I think we are a bit like to the time. So like our audience, please fill out our form that we pinned in our chat, so we can know your contact, and then you want to reach out to Omran later on, we can connect you together with him as well in case that you want to learn more from him. And also, Omran, before we closing our section today, can we do some wrap up of some highlights that you find from our discussion, and like summarize so our some kind of key takeaways for our audience?
Yeah, well, we touched on a lot of things, but main thing is uh, educate yourself on the topics that you don't know. Remember, you are working with humans, people, not only business. Understand the partner's needs and wants before presenting yours. And always remember, successful partnerships and relationships depends on exchanging value. It can't be one-sided. And when there is a dispute or there's anything, take emotions out of the situation and diffuse it, and move forward. And read the never split the difference.
Right.
That's it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Omran. Thank you so much for all the fantastic questions and participation. And thank you so much, our audience, for joining us today. And we are very excited about the potential collaboration opportunities that lie ahead. So let's stay connected and explore how we can support each other, our business to grow together. And right, and please give us your feedback on how you want the webinars to be improved, or which point we can enhance it. And we really look forward to seeing you very soon in our live webinar, maybe just months ahead. Yes, right.
Great. Well, it was great speaking with you, Sharon.
Yes.
And have a nice weekend, everyone.
Right. And thank you so much again, our guest, Omran, for being with us today. And thank you so much for all of the insightful sharings and your valuable time. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Sharon. Thank you. See you later. Bye.
Bye. Right. So, Mercy say we can keep questions coming.